If an artificial intelligence can write, if it can conduct research, if it can generate computer code, and if it can help solve complex problems, then a deeper question begins to emerge. What will human work look like in the future? This is one of the questions being explored by OpenAI. Its chief executive, Sam Altman, has suggested that in the future, almost every worker may have access to an artificial intelligence assistant, a digital coworker, a system capable of helping people write, analyze information, organize knowledge, and complete complex tasks. For some observers, artificial intelligence is simply another software tool. But for others, it represents the beginning of a much larger transformation, a transformation that could reshape how knowledge work is performed across the global economy. To understand this possibility, it is necessary to examine how artificial intelligence entered the workplace and how companies like OpenAI are attempting to build a new kind of digital workforce. Technological revolutions and work human history has been shaped by technological revolutions. In early agricultural societies, the majority of people worked in farming. Food production depended on human labor and simple tools. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Machines amplified human strength. Factories transformed production. Large populations moved from farms to cities. Later, electricity powered new industries. Assembly lines increased manufacturing speed, and industrial economies expanded rapidly. In the 20th century, computers began transforming office work. Calculations that once required hours could be completed in seconds. Businesses adopted digital systems. Information became easier to store, analyze, and distribute. Then came the internet. Global communication networks connected businesses, governments, and individuals. Entire industries emerged around software, online services, and digital information. Each technological shift produced a similar concern. Would machines replace human workers? The historical pattern suggests something more complex. Technology often eliminates certain jobs, but it also creates entirely new forms of work. The rise of artificial intelligence may represent the next stage of this pattern. The emergence of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a broad field that attempts to create machines capable of performing tasks that normally require human intelligence. Understanding language, recognizing images, analyzing information, making decisions based on data. For decades, artificial intelligence remained largely confined to academic research laboratories. Progress was gradual, computing power was limited. Large data sets were difficult to obtain. But over the past decade, several technological advances accelerated the field. Powerful graphics processors, massive data availability, and improved machine learning techniques. Together, these developments enabled the creation of large-scale neural networks. Neural networks are computational systems designed to recognize patterns in enormous volumes of data. When trained on text, they can learn the structure of human language. When trained on images, they can recognize objects and scenes. These systems form the foundation of modern artificial intelligence models. The creation of OpenAI was founded with the goal of advancing artificial intelligence research. Its mission was to develop powerful AI systems while ensuring that the benefits of these technologies would be broadly shared. Several technology leaders supported the creation of the organization. Among them was Elon Musk. The early vision for OpenAI focused on exploring the long-term potential of artificial intelligence. Researchers studied machine learning techniques, developed new algorithms, and experimented with increasingly powerful models. However, developing advanced AI systems required enormous computational resources. Training large neural networks demanded specialized hardware and significant investment. Over time, OpenAI evolved from a purely nonprofit research organization into a hybrid structure capable of attracting funding for large-scale AI development. This shift allowed the organization to pursue increasingly ambitious technological goals. The arrival of ChatGPT, a major turning point, occurred in late 2022. OpenAI released a conversational artificial intelligence system known as ChatGPT. ChatGPT was based on a class of models known as large language models. These systems are trained on massive collections of text, books, websites, scientific papers, online discussions. By analyzing patterns within this data, the models learn to generate human-like responses. Users can ask questions, request explanations, generate written content, or explore ideas. Within weeks of its release, ChatGPT gained millions of users. Within months, that number grew into the hundreds of millions. Artificial intelligence had suddenly become accessible to the general public. AI enters the workplace. As ChatGPT spread rapidly across the internet, a new pattern began to appear. People were not only using artificial intelligence for curiosity or entertainment, they were using it for work. Writers used AI systems to brainstorm ideas. Programmers used them to generate code suggestions. Students used them to explain complex concepts. Researchers used them to summarize large volumes of information. Businesses began experimenting with AI-powered tools for customer support, data analysis, and document generation. Artificial intelligence had entered the workplace, not as a replacement for humans, but as a digital assistant capable of accelerating many types of knowledge work. The concept of AI coworkers. This development introduced a new concept: artificial intelligence as a coworker. Instead of functioning only as a static tool, AI systems could collaborate with human users. A worker might ask an AI system to summarize research findings, draft a document, or analyze data. The human would then review, refine, and guide the final outcome. In this model, artificial intelligence becomes a partner in the work process, a system that can extend human capabilities rather than replace them entirely. Sam Altman has described this idea as a future where nearly every knowledge worker has access to a powerful AI assistant, a system that understands context, processes information rapidly, and helps complete complex tasks. A new kind of workforce. If AI systems continue improving, the structure of organizations may begin to change. In the past, large projects required large teams, writers, analysts, programmers, and researchers working together. But AI assistants may allow smaller teams to accomplish similar results. A handful of people working with advanced AI tools could produce the output that once required dozens or even hundreds of employees. Some technology observers refer to this concept as augmented work, human intelligence amplified by machine intelligence. In this environment, productivity could increase dramatically, but it may also raise new questions about how work is organized. Transition to the next stage. The introduction of AI assistants is only the beginning. OpenAI and other technology companies are now exploring a more advanced concept: artificial intelligence systems capable of performing tasks independently. These systems are often described as AI agents. Instead of simply answering questions, AI agents may be able to plan actions, interact with software tools, and complete multi-step assignments. If this technology develops successfully, it could transform artificial intelligence from a digital assistant into an autonomous digital worker. Understanding how these systems function will be the focus of the next stage of this discussion. The introduction of artificial intelligence assistants has already begun changing how people work. But according to researchers and engineers at OpenAI, this may only represent the earliest stage of a much larger transformation. The next stage involves a different kind of system, not just tools that respond to questions, but systems that can complete tasks, plan actions, and operate across multiple digital environments. These systems are often described as AI agents. From assistants to agents. The difference between an AI assistant and an AI agent is subtle but important. An assistant responds to instructions. A user asks a question. The system provides an answer, but an agent can take initiative within a defined task. Instead of responding once, it can perform multiple steps to achieve a goal. For example, imagine asking an AI system to prepare a research report. An assistant might generate a short answer, But an agent could perform several steps: search for relevant sources, analyze the information, organize the findings, and generate a complete report, all within a single workflow. This concept introduces the possibility of AI systems performing tasks that once required human labor. Digital work environments. Most modern work takes place in digital environments. Emails, documents, spreadsheets, databases, project management systems, software development platforms. These tools form the digital infrastructure of modern organizations. AI agents are designed to operate inside these environments. They can read documents, analyze datasets, generate written content, and interact with software applications. In other words, they can participate directly in the same digital workflows that human workers use every day. This capability is what makes AI agents potentially powerful participants in the workplace. Multi-step task completion. One of the defining features of AI agents is the ability to complete multi-step tasks. Consider a simple example. A company needs a market research summary. Instead of assigning this task entirely to human analysts, an AI agent could assist in the process. It could begin by gathering publicly available data, then summarize key trends, identify relevant statistics, and produce a structured report. A human worker could then review the results, verify the conclusions, and refine the final document. In this model, the AI agent handles large portions of the information gathering and analysis. The human worker focuses on interpretation and decision-making. Software integration. For AI agents to become truly useful, they must integrate with existing software systems. Businesses rely on many digital tools, communication platforms, customer relationship management systems, financial software, development environments. AI agents can potentially interact with these systems in similar ways to human workers. They may read incoming messages, generate responses, schedule meetings, or update project records. By interacting with multiple systems simultaneously, an AI agent could coordinate complex digital workflows. This capability may allow organizations to automate certain routine processes while maintaining human oversight. Early experiments. Technology companies have already begun experimenting with AI agent systems. Developers are exploring how these systems can perform structured tasks, managing email inboxes, summarizing large document collections, monitoring business metrics, assisting with software development workflows. Although these systems are still evolving, they demonstrate the potential for AI to participate in everyday professional activities. According to Sam Altman, AI agents may eventually become one of the most significant developments in artificial intelligence. The productivity question. The possibility of AI agents raises an important economic question. How will productivity change if digital workers become widely available? Productivity measures the amount of output produced by a given amount of labor. Throughout history, technological innovations have increased productivity. Mechanized tools increased agricultural output. Industrial machinery increased manufacturing capacity. Computers accelerated information processing. Artificial intelligence could amplify knowledge work in similar ways. If AI agents can assist with research, writing, analysis, and administrative tasks, human workers may be able to focus on higher-level responsibilities. Decision-making, strategy, creativity, problem-solving. These activities are often more difficult to automate. Small teams, large output. One consequence of AI-powered workflows may be the emergence of smaller but more productive teams. In traditional organizations, large projects required large groups of specialists. Researchers gathered information, writers produced reports, analysts processed data, managers coordinated the process. AI agents may reduce the need for some of these intermediate steps. A smaller group of people could coordinate AI systems to complete complex tasks. This idea has been described by Sam Altman as a future where small teams achieve the output of much larger organizations. Such a shift could influence how companies are structured, Startups may become more powerful, small organizations may compete with larger ones, and productivity per worker could increase significantly. The limits of current systems. Despite these possibilities, current AI agents remain limited. They can make mistakes. They may misunderstand instructions, and they still require human supervision. Artificial intelligence systems do not possess human judgment. They rely on patterns preparing for the next phase. The development of AI agents is still in progress. Researchers continue to explore how these systems can become more reliable, more capable, and more useful. But even in their current form, they provide a glimpse into how artificial intelligence may reshape professional work. The next question is how these technologies might influence the broader economy. If artificial intelligence increases productivity and reduces certain forms of labor, entirely new industries may emerge. New professions, new services, and new economic opportunities. Understanding that transformation requires looking beyond individual tools and examining the larger economic system surrounding artificial intelligence. That will be the focus of the next stage of this discussion. The introduction of artificial intelligence assistants and AI agents is not only changing how individuals work, it may also be contributing to the development of a broader economic transformation, a transformation sometimes described as the AI economy. In this emerging system, artificial intelligence does not function only as a productivity tool. Instead, it becomes part of the economic infrastructure that supports businesses, services, and innovation. Companies build products using AI systems. Workers use AI tools to perform tasks more efficiently, and new industries emerge around the development and deployment of artificial intelligence technologies. At the center of this transformation is OpenAI, the infrastructure of the AI economy. Every technological revolution requires infrastructure. Industrial economies depended on railroads, electricity, and factories. The digital economy depended on the internet, data centers, and cloud computing. The AI economy also requires its own infrastructure. Large computing systems capable of training artificial intelligence models. Massive data sets used to teach these systems how to understand language and information. And powerful software platforms that allow businesses and individuals to interact with AI tools. OpenAI has developed several large-scale models designed to perform complex tasks: language understanding, content generation, programming assistance, data analysis. These systems operate as platforms that other businesses can build upon. Software developers integrate AI into applications. Companies create new services powered by artificial intelligence, and entire ecosystems begin to form around these capabilities. New industries and services. As artificial intelligence becomes more widely adopted, new industries begin to appear. AI consulting firms help businesses integrate artificial intelligence into their workflows. Software companies build AI-powered productivity tools. Research organizations use AI systems to accelerate scientific discovery. Educational institutions explore AI-assisted learning environments. These developments illustrate how a new technological capability can generate entirely new economic sectors. For example, the rise of the internet created industries such as online commerce, digital marketing, and cloud computing. Artificial intelligence may generate a comparable wave of new services and professions, the creation of new jobs. One of the most debated questions surrounding artificial intelligence concerns employment. Will AI eliminate jobs, or will it create new forms of work? History suggests that technological innovation often produces both outcomes simultaneously. Certain tasks become automated, but new industries emerge that require new skills. In the context of artificial intelligence, several new professional roles are already beginning to appear. AI researchers develop new models and algorithms. Machine learning engineers design systems capable of training and deploying AI applications. Data engineers manage the large data sets required to train these models. Product designers develop tools that integrate AI into everyday workflows. These professions did not exist in their current form a few decades ago. Yet today they represent some of the most rapidly growing fields in technology. AI is a productivity multiplier. Artificial intelligence may also influence employment through productivity. When technology allows workers to produce more output in less time, businesses often expand their activities. Increased productivity can reduce costs. Lower costs can increase demand for products and services, and increased demand can create new economic opportunities. For example, software developers using AI coding assistants may be able to build applications more quickly. Researchers may analyze large volumes of data in shorter periods. Writers may generate and refine content more efficiently. In this sense, artificial intelligence may function as a productivity multiplier, amplifying human capabilities rather than simply replacing them. The global expansion of AI tools. Another factor influencing the AI economy is accessibility. Artificial intelligence tools are increasingly available through cloud platforms and online services. This accessibility allows individuals and small organizations to experiment with AI technologies. Entrepreneurs can build AI-powered products. Startups can launch new digital services. Independent professionals can integrate AI tools into their daily workflows. As a result, innovation is no longer limited to large corporations with massive research budgets. Small teams and independent developers can also participate in the AI economy. This democratization of technology may accelerate the pace of innovation. Education and skill development. The expansion of artificial intelligence also raises questions about education. Future workers may require new types of skills, understanding how to collaborate with AI systems, interpreting AI-generated outputs, designing workflows that combine human expertise with machine intelligence. Educational institutions are beginning to explore these challenges. Universities are expanding programs in machine learning and data science. Online learning platforms offer courses on artificial intelligence tools. Professional training programs teach workers how to integrate AI into their industries. These efforts reflect a broader recognition that technological transitions require new forms of knowledge and expertise. Ethical and social considerations. While the growth of the AI economy presents many opportunities, it also introduces important ethical questions. How should artificial intelligence systems be used responsibly? How can organizations ensure that AI-generated information is accurate and trustworthy? How should societies manage the potential impact of automation on employment? Researchers, policymakers, and technology companies continue to debate these questions. Developing responsible frameworks for artificial intelligence deployment may become an essential part of the AI economy. Organizations will need to balance innovation with ethical responsibility, ensuring that AI technologies are used in ways that benefit society as a whole. OpenAI's role in the ecosystem. Within this evolving economic landscape, OpenAI occupies a significant position. By developing advanced language models and AI systems, the organization provides tools that many businesses and developers rely on. These tools serve as building blocks for new applications: customer service automation, educational platforms, research tools, creative software. In this way, OpenAI contributes not only to technological research, but also to the broader ecosystem of AI-powered innovation. The next question: as artificial intelligence becomes integrated into the global economy, an important question remains. How will the long-term relationship between humans and AI evolve? Will artificial intelligence remain a tool that enhances human work? Or will it gradually take on more autonomous roles within organizations? The answer may depend on how these technologies continue to develop and how societies choose to adopt them. The final stage of this discussion will explore those long-term possibilities. The rapid development of artificial intelligence has introduced one of the most important questions of the modern technological era. What will work look like in a world where intelligent machines exist? For most of human history, work has been defined by human effort. People built tools. People produced goods. People analyzed information. Human labor has always been the central force behind economic activity. But with the emergence of advanced artificial intelligence systems, that structure may begin to change. Machines are now capable of performing certain types of cognitive tasks: writing, analyzing information, generating ideas, and assisting with problem solving. These capabilities are still developing, but they are already influencing how many forms of work are performed. At the center of this transformation is OpenAI and the technological ecosystem it is helping to build. A hybrid workforce. One possible future involves the emergence of a hybrid workforce, a workforce composed of both human workers and artificial intelligence systems. In this model, AI systems assist with many routine or repetitive tasks: processing information, generating drafts, analyzing data sets, managing digital workflows. Human workers focus on tasks that require judgment, creativity, and complex decision-making, designing strategies, evaluating outcomes, developing new ideas. Rather than replacing workers entirely, artificial intelligence may reshape how work is distributed. Machines handle the repetitive processes. Humans guide the direction and meaning of the work. The productivity, transformation, technological revolutions often lead to significant increases in productivity. When tools allow workers to produce more output with less effort, economies can expand. Artificial intelligence may represent another step in this historical pattern. Workers equipped with powerful AI tools may be able to complete tasks that once required entire teams. Research that previously required days of information gathering may be completed in minutes. Documents may be drafted quickly. Data may be analyzed automatically. If these trends continue, the productivity of knowledge workers could increase significantly. This productivity increase may enable businesses to create new products and services, and it may open opportunities for entirely new forms of entrepreneurship. The changing structure of organizations. Artificial intelligence may also influence how organizations are structured. In the past, large companies often required large numbers of employees to manage complex operations. Administrative staff, analysts, researchers, technical specialists. AI-powered systems may reduce the need for certain types of routine digital work. This could allow smaller teams to manage complex projects. A startup company supported by advanced AI tools might be able to compete with much larger organizations. Small teams could develop software products, conduct research, or manage online services with the assistance of artificial intelligence. This shift may lead to a more flexible and decentralized economic environment. The vision of Sam Altman. Sam Altman has often described artificial intelligence as a technology that could fundamentally reshape the global economy. He has suggested that advanced AI systems could dramatically increase human productivity, allowing individuals to accomplish far more than was previously possible. Altman has also spoken about the possibility that artificial intelligence could contribute to a world with greater economic abundance. If machines are able to assist in large portions of productive work, the overall capacity of the economy could expand. However, he has also acknowledged that the transition may present challenges. New technologies can create uncertainty. Jobs evolve, skills change, and societies must adapt. Managing this transition responsibly will require careful planning and thoughtful policy decisions. Opportunities and responsibilities. The development of artificial intelligence presents both opportunities and responsibilities. Opportunities to accelerate scientific discovery, improve medical research, enhance education, and increase economic productivity. But also responsibilities to ensure that these technologies are used safely and ethically. Artificial intelligence systems must be designed carefully. Data must be handled responsibly, and organizations must consider the social consequences of technological change. These considerations are increasingly becoming part of discussions surrounding AI development. The uncertain timeline. Predicting the exact timeline of technological change is difficult. Some innovations appear suddenly. Others develop gradually over many years. Artificial intelligence may follow a similar path. Capabilities will likely improve step by step. Systems will become more reliable, more useful, and more integrated into everyday work environments. Over time, AI tools may become as common as computers and smartphones are today. A standard part of the modern workplace, a new chapter in human work. The rise of artificial intelligence does not necessarily mean the end of human work. Instead, it may mark the beginning of a chapter in which humans collaborate with increasingly capable machines, using technology to amplify creativity, expand knowledge, and explore new forms of productivity. The tools being developed today may become the foundation for entirely new industries tomorrow, and the way people work may continue evolving alongside these technologies. Conclusion: artificial intelligence is still in the early stages of its development, but its influence on the modern workplace is already becoming visible. From AI assistants to emerging AI agents, new forms of digital labor are beginning to appear. Companies like OpenAI are building technologies that may reshape how knowledge work is performed across the world. Whether these systems ultimately transform work in small ways or in profound ones remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the relationship between humans and machines is entering a new phase, and understanding the transformation may be one of the most important challenges of the 21st century.